Okay, I'm back. I'm gonna be bouncing around again today, and this is be a quicker video, but it just I I might have said in a previous video, but I've always believed that the way these people behave, they're not used to operating in the real world. They're just used to living in their hug box. They talk and say whatever they want, regardless of how just vile it may be. And if anybody has a difference of opinion, tries to criticize them for what they're saying or what they're doing, they can just simply delete your comments, ban you from the website, and shadow ban you all day. Do it for free. But after the blow they've taken from the Huffington Post, I honestly believed that they would just resort to just showing their true colors. They have no real arguments against Gamergate. They have no credible arguments. All they have is to just say, we're sexist, misogynist, over and over and over and over and over again. And if that doesn't work, just say it more. And now, in the time span of like a day or two, we have just seen insanity on Twitter, and we're going to take a little look into that right quick. First, we're going to look at Sam Biddle. This guy is out of his fucking mind. Before, we saw the tweets that he was tweeting about where he was saying nerds need to be subjugated and beaten and what have you. Let's start beating up nerds again. And he, for some reason, thought that that was okay, and now people called him out on it, and he's like, yesterday I tweeted some things about nerds that were supposed to be funny, but ended up hurting many people. I fucked it up, I'm sorry, blah, blah, please. He meant every fucking word he said. He's just shocked that he was caught out. He was called out on it. And another thing, I'll get that in a minute. These are from the Ralph Retort. Jonathan McClintosh, who is the a puppeteer, if you will, behind Feminist Frequency's shit. He decided to throw his hand in and start making false flags on Gamergate by this. He tweeted an hour ago, well, not an hour ago, but a few hours ago, someone called my dad at his home and threatened to rape him because video games. This is outrageous, totally unacceptable behavior. But that's not the original tweet, is it, Jonathan? This is the original tweet. Someone called my dad at his home and threatened to rape him because video games. This is hashtag Gamergate in action. This man has no shame. He has no humanity. He is so desperate. They are all so desperate to blame Gamergate for being misogynist trolls because that is the only argument that they have. They cannot disprove the collusion. They cannot disprove the nepotism. The only thing they can hope to do is to use misogyny and racism and bullying as and conservatism to try to slander Gamergate and say they're not really about anything. Look, they just hate women and they hate people and they death threats and blah blah blah. And he's like, someone called my dad and threatened to rape him because video games. This is Gamergate in action. And it's like, do you have any actual proof that Gamergaters did this? Because if someone actually called your father on a phone, I'm pretty sure they can, read the fucking minutes back and find out exactly what this person said. And if someone actually did call your father, I'm pretty sure that this person didn't say anything about, oh, I'm a Gamergater. I seriously doubt that someone even called your house and said that they were going to rape your father. But it's like, even if someone did, he is sensationalizing someone who threatened to rape his father and using his father to slander Gamergate. How can you do this? Who are these people? And then we go back to Sam Biddle, the sociopath. Animals can't suffer? They feel physical and emotional pain, Sam. Now, why would this person say that? Why would, what's going on here? Well, let's take a look. They, from Sam Biddle, from the man himself, they have pain receptors, sure, but cruelty exists in the mind of the tormentor. Animals can never feel torment. You what, mate? Like, what is this shit? Look at that fucking face. That is the face of evil. Animals don't feel pain. They can never feel torment. Like, think about this. Let's keep going. You can't be cruel if we're actually all dead, and we are. So the animals are. I don't even know what's going on. This is nuts. Society shuns animal cruelty because it's upsetting and indicative of further psychosis. Yeah, that's the reason, Sam. Not because it's wrong. Yeah. Just if you run a dog kennel and you treat all the dogs like shit, and then when they stop making you money, you throw them in a mass grave, it's only deemed wrong by society because of upsetting psychosis. Psychosis. This is that fucking social justice mumbo jumbo psychobabble that they use to just simplify everything into these retarded categories so they can just say that there's nothing wrong with what I say or what I do. Good lord. I'd like to elaborate on the dodo for money. What does that even mean? You can't do something wrong to a thing. So now animals, they're not even animals anymore. They're things. He is now bringing in everything, including humans, any living thing. You can't do something wrong to a thing that can't be wronged. Anything without rational capacity has no moral status. I don't even know what to say about that. This is like the words of a crazy person. What? I don't even like. What is even the subject of this conversation? Like, how are you defining rational capacity? Like, it is insane. These people are nuts. And here's another situation that was discovered, albeit this might be a little later or earlier, I should say. But this it might be hard to read, but basically what is going on is people from 8chan have screen capped all this stuff. There were people who were basically saying, if you say, like, I hate women, for example here, the next 10 people to tweet taking away my right to beat up whores in Grand Theft Auto is unconstitutional. Hashtag Gamergate gets a Super Smash Bros. 3D demo code. Mind you, these are the same people who were like, oh, Gamergate's just gonna blow over, man, because Destiny comes out. And now they're trying to use video games. First, they thought that video games would just pacify us like children and we would just ignore these people. And then when that didn't work, they're reaching out to anti-gamergaters. And anti-gamergaters are just colluding with each other saying, look, I have some codes for that. Hey, man, I got that Smash Bros. That ain't Falco. This is fucking... I need you to say you want to beat up whores in Grand Theft Auto and hashtag Gamergate, and I'll give you a fucking demo code. Like, it's like, think it's not even the game, it's a demo. That demo was shit. My friend had a platinum, a Nintendo Platinum status, whatever the fuck it is, for the Nintendo Club, and he gave me a free demo code. And I'm like, thanks, dude. I played the games. Like, there's like 5 fucking characters in this, and these people are willing to just fucking just. And you go up here and people are like, yeah, man, I got my codes, man. It works. It's like, think about that. We are the ones who are supposed to be the sexist, misogynist, hate mongers who hate everything, especially if it has a vagina, right? So why are they the ones who are just demeaning women to no end? Women are a object that is acted upon in these tweets. The woman is a whore who you want to beat up. Even if you don't actually want to beat her up, you're just using her to further your own agenda. Isn't this is ridiculous. There is so much projection and hypocrisy in these people. It defies belief. It defies words. Words cannot describe these people. And another thing that the Ralph Retort found out that I'm going to talk about is fucking Lay I Am the Megaphone Alexander. This is an email from The Guardian, from Jim Kiss at theguardian.com. And it says, the subject, response to Lay I Am the Megaphone Alexander and Vice Writer, hashtag kill all men. The subject, this is in your subject, kill all men. The hashtag kill all men. But when we get on fucking television, that fucking hipster douchebag from Huffington Post will sit there and out of his own mouth will say, well, what's wrong with having feminist, Marxist critiques in video games? I still cannot believe he said that. Marxist critiques in video games. Why can't we have that? You know? Shit, why can't we have Nazi propaganda in our cooking shows? Like, who says that? And the point of this is, it says here, again, please do not respond, in caps, to this idiotic campaign. The idiotic campaign being Gamergate. So The Guardian, a website that we already know is a card-carrying member of the now defunct Game Journal Pros mailing list, is telling people, do not respond to Gamergate, or at least don't respond to it positively. The megaphone herself will be coming in the morning conference to talk about Gamergate soon. It's just, this is the kind of shit that it's just. And there was one more thing that I wanted to show people. Because this was something that I found 8chan, and here. This right here. I posted it to the Ralph Retort because these people are very good at finding this shit out and getting it out there and putting these people on their toes. And it's a picture where some guy is saying, these are two different pictures that are spliced together. This is the edit that 4chan, where they took I'm not 4chan, 8chan, where they took the two pictures and put them together. The first one is him saying, fuck Gamergate. Second is, I'm a proud supporter of hashtag Gamergate because I hate women and want them to die. And he's holding like a knife. Like, it looks like a fucking, like a knife that you would use to cut a fucking apple or something, or a mango. But, this is what a false flag looks like. I couldn't have said it better myself. If we did not find this, other people were finding this too. I didn't know how many people found it. I was just putting it out there in hope that people saw this and things like this. And if you're someone on Twitter and you see this or anything like this, please try to get it out there. Because this, what you're looking at now, this is the only card they have left on the table. They have a 3 and a king, and they are going to bluff their way through this whole fucking game. Look at this. It's so out of character, it doesn't even make sense. How is it that, 1 minute, there hasn't been a single Gamergate supporter who have actively called for the death of someone or threatened to kill someone or anything like that. And this fucking douchebag, who looks like a fucking he looks like a psycho, says, I am a proud supporter of Gamergate because I hate them and want them to die. And he's so fucking out of it that he had a first picture. So the first picture is fuck Gamergate. So he probably just thought to himself, yeah, man, I'm going to get in this, man. Fuck Gamergate. And then he thought, well, wait a minute. I have an idea. Why don't I just get another one and just say, I'm a proud supporter of Gamergate and I want women to die. That'll really hurt Gamergate. That's a... I can really, prove myself to the anti-Gamergate Fembot Collective if I do that. And when I say Fembot Collective, I'm not trying to be anti-feminist or anything like that. The Fembot Collective, if you want to know about that, I'll watch a video from Sargon or something. But it's just, honestly, I'm upset and I'm shocked, but I'm not, afraid that we're gonna lose this for a second, because if this is the opposition that we have to deal with, like I remember, I was watching a stream on King of Pole where Internet Aristocrat was very fucking shaken, and he's like, "Oh no, they're gonna chop up all these Brianna Wu sound bites and use that to slander us." And I'm like, even if they did do that, which I doubt it, all this shit on Twitter negates anything that Brianna Wu or the Megaphone or anybody else can do. You know, all we have to do is just sit back, eat popcorn, and let these people show us who they really are. The people who have told the world that we are degenerate pigs forever are now showing themselves to be those exact degenerate pigs. And that's all I have to say about this.